Alright guys, welcome to another video, and in this video we will be creating a dashboard. Dashboard is not something we haven't created before, and we will not go over the principles and basics of dashboard again. Okay, a link to the previous one done for Excel will be left in the description below. They are principles, they are not tool based, right? The same thing with charting. When we started chatting, I mentioned how that the basics and fundamentals of picking the right chart has been covered. So that's still what it is for the dashboard as well. The basic principles, the key things to know have already been covered. So there'll be a link to it in the description below, so that when you're done with this or before going through this, you can take a look at it first, and probably it will be pinned at the top right, top left right now. Okay, so let's just put something together. Let's look at how to do it. Do not forget, in our dashboarding, the aim of the dashboard is to answer questions. It's not just to play, it's not just to show what we can do. We're not really showing our skill by building dashboard. And dashboard most times tend to be operational. Now when I say operational, it's more of a time to time use. I'll not just use the word day to day use. It's more of a time to time use. Okay, a good summary of what is going on in our data, time to time. Okay, so that is what a dashboard can be. Reports, however, does not necessarily mean a dashboard. It can be interchangeably, but it does not necessarily mean a dashboard. Okay, so we have static, we have dynamics, dynamic, all of that are there. Let's just come up with some things based on what we have in our data. See what important questions we can answer. Right, see what important questions we can answer. So first of all, let's consider our team to be for regional analysis. So let's consider our team to be for regional analysis, and so that means our main slicer or filter will be for on region, right? So let's just replace that first. Now if you don't have it at all from the last time, all you have to do is click on a blank canvas. Make sure you're not clicking on any chart. Go to slicer, you pick a slicer from there, and you expand this and just check the region. So this is what you get by default. So go to format your visual, slicer settings, and under display, so we have options, you change it to a drop down, just like that. Okay, change it to a drop down. So of course, as usual, we have layout, right? It's good that we lay out what we want to do. Like, okay, we put this here, we put this here, we put this here, we put this here, right? But the first question is, how many charts are we building? How many questions do we have to answer? So of course, we'll be having KPIs first, right? We'll be having KPIs, and we already have sum of profits, customers. So in this case, I can just rename this from here. Okay, I'll rename this so that it renames it as the title for this. So I'll just say rename for this visual. And in this case, it will be hashtag customer. So that stands for number of customer in this case. That's just what I want to do. This will change this to total profit. Rename as well. Total profit. And then this will be total revenue. Total revenue. All right, so this is what we have. We're not sure, we're not arranging yet. Of course, we'll have to bring in our shapes to lay out things, right? We'll have to bring in our shape to lay out things. But first of all, let's go to insert. All right, I'll just expand my ribbon so it's all visible. Okay, so I want to pick shapes and text boxes. So for a text box, probably want a text box at the top here. Now you want to move that, okay. So our dashboard title, whatever I want to name it, will be at this end. Let's say up to 75% of the chart. So have that there. Let's just turn on border for it. Effects. Do a visual border. Right. So we don't have a color theme yet, so we'll just leave it that way so that it's visible. That will have that there. And we will be maintaining our white background in this case. Of course, we can put another background down there as we please or when we want to. So these are the three charts we have right now at the moment. So I'm not sure which one we want to keep. So we probably don't want to keep any of them. Just take them out. Take them out. So quickly, what are the questions we likely want to ask? Okay, we probably want to see sales over time. Okay, we want to see sales over time. So we'll pick a line chart. Then we'll pick the order date. And we will look at sales. So in this case, sales in long. Okay, just right there. So it's loading already. And this is what we get. So format this once, and if we have any other one, we'll not have to reformat again. We will not have to reformat again. All right, remember that the total value is in hundred of thousands. So instead of having millions here, we will change that to we'll change that to thousands. So that is y-axis values. We'll keep it on thousands. So 600K and all. So we want that there. So keep that on 12. Alright, we're good with our title as well. So take off the grid lines. And we probably want to look at the highest point, which is 2022. So we want to turn on a marker for it. So marker 2022, 2022. That's the peak, right? So that's the peak, and for that, we've turned on the marker. Can increase the size slightly. Okay, so we can increase the size slightly, just like that. Since we don't have a color theme yet, but I think I'll be going with something gray, gray feel. So we will not be taking this blue. Go to themes, customize current theme. All right, so let's apply first. You're not supposed to cancel, okay? Um, then we have black, customize current thing. Why did I do it from this place? So that future ones will not, future ones will not, I will not have to do it for individual chats, right? I will not have to do it for individual chats. So let's pick a black and just click apply. So the marker can be a black in this case. So our marker color can be a black. All right, so this is what we have so far. So for the year, that's for the y-axis, x-axis now. The values, we kept that on 12, so I want to increase this too. It's now on 12, and no, the unit is just the way it's supposed to be. So we can turn off this because our title will make our title descriptive enough. It's a good practice. You can leave your titles there. You see the year axis and you see the sum of sales. But in this case, we'll be having a good title for it. So we can just say yearly sales. And I want to keep things the same. Sales over time. All right. So since we kept it on here, the final thing I want to do is maybe take out the grid lines, right? Probably take out the grid lines. So click on this, go to format, grid lines, horizontal off. That's the one that runs across this way, and vertical as well. Hold on it off as well. Okay. So we'll turn it off as well. So this is what we get. It's coming together so far, and since we're maintaining the white background, I might just want to add some borders to that, and that will be under effect, expand visual borders, or we can change the background to our gray, but this is the field. That means we have to change a lot of things. So I'll just turn off the background and turn on the visual borders. As usual, rounded pixel will be on 9, and we want it to be this fill, not a full dark background like that. Okay, it could be darker than this though. It should be as thick as this one. So close this visual border, 2 pixels, and we want this other one. All right, this is what we want, or this is what we have. We will not be going over too many charts or all right, so this is what we have. We'll be having our KPIs. We already have our KPIs up there. So this is our yearly sales. The next thing now, when it comes to dashboarding, I know the design, your design skill can come in, but as long as you're keeping in mind the principles of dashboard, feel free to go ahead, do your colors, everything you want to put in there. That's absolutely fine. But make sure that you're not, you don't do design over principles. That is not a good way to design dashboards. So let's look at what else we can answer. We can just look at our fields and look at some questions we can answer. So we have region, state, right? Probably want to see maybe most profitable customers. Let's say top profitable customers or top selling products. Start from there. Let's pick a bar chart. So we want to say products. I want to see the product's name. Okay, so product's name, and then we want the sales because we want to see the top selling. Okay, so sales. Now top selling in this case will be by quantity, so that's important. That means which one are people buying more, right? What are they buying more? Let's look at the quantity. Okay, so this is what we have, and of course the bars will be till infinity. We just want to see the top five. No, we just want to see the top five. The title quickly, just change it to top five. Best selling, five best selling products. Is it five best selling products? Is it top five, top five selling products? I think top five sounds better. Top five selling product. We'll just keep it that way. I'll turn on the title on the axis. That's the title alone. We will not be using any title in this case at all. And for the x-axis, I'll turn off quantity. All right. So our border effects, close this, turn on visual border, 2 pixel, 9 color, this darker gray. This is what we have. Now, how do we now bring in effect the top 5, top 10, and top all of that? So this will bring me to quickly talk about the filters. We have filters on different level. We have visual filters, we have page filter, and we have report filter. Now, what is the difference between the three? A filter visual only affects a particular chart from the word visual, and a page filter only affects a page filter affects all the charts on this page. Consider region as one of them. Consider the slicer as one of that kind of filter. Okay, of course we can add it directly here. And the last one is a report filter. That means on all pages, you see, these are the three of them. So in this case, you might want to pay close attention. We want to filter this particular visual. So we'll do this, the product name, and then we'll say filter type. Then we'll say top N. Okay, top N. So we'll say how many? 5. We want top 5. So we have to put or select a particular field, right? So just search for quantity, and it says sum of quantity. So put sum of quantity, and once we apply, this should cut down to 5, and you can see it there. That's cut down to 5. So we have it as just 5. We have it as just 5 now, and we can see staple this, and this. Now to make it, so that's all on that. The only thing we can now do is, if we want to see the category where these are from, we can click on that chart and say legend. So let's see what that would look like. Category, drop category into legend. It's loading. So sorry for that. Okay, so you can see how nice that is. Now, this tells us two things. This is how you had more details without your chart looking clumsy. See how we added details to it. Now, in the top five selling products category, in the top five selling products, we do not have how many categories do we have again? Let's just go to our table view and check. Let me just click on it so it loads the table. So we have office supply. Let me just check the drop down. Furniture. All right. So we do not have furniture as part of the top five selling products at all. In fact, we only have one from technology. The rest are what? Office supplies. See, now you could have just stopped that just top five selling product, but we have been able to add more details, more insights, just a little change. So, and this is where the skills come in. It's not just about I know how to use charts, I know how to paying more attention to details, what should stand out, what should not stand out, and all of that, right? And you can see that it's following our color theme, right? It is following our color theme based on the colors we have set. Light gray, dark, and then the next one will be black if we had another. So let me change it to top 10 so you see what I'm saying. Click on this. And let's try top 10. Let's hope this other one will be there. Is it there? Now it's there. Furniture. So you can see furniture comes sixth. Is that sixth? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, sixth. You can see, and it's giving us the black color vibe. So just keep it on 5. Okay. So this is what we have, and everything seems to be coming together. Let's take a look at our, what's it called again? So now we might want to compare which one sells more, right? Even though they're buying this more, does that mean they are also bringing in more profits for us, right? So let's see. Let's drop profits. It doesn't have to be in a single visual. Just want to check it out first. Let's drop profit in there, and that should jump into. Okay, it's already in two tips, so I need to drag it myself in here. So it's replaced it. Now the most profitable one. This is another one anyway. The most profitable is from technology department or category, right? So then bringing back quantity. Okay. So earlier we created profit margin, right? We can now bring it in profit margin to see, like, based on the prices, which of those products are more profitable and all of that, right? So we can do a lot. So, but this is what we have so far. Let's see our customer segment. Let's see how they're performing. So we pick something from each places. We've picked from sales. We've seen sales over time. We've seen products. So let's see our segment. Let's see our segment. So just pick a donut chart in this case. And then we'll say segment. All right. So I want to see revenue contribution of each segment. All right, revenue contribution of each segment. So that will be sales. I'll look for sales. Let's drag it in there ourselves. Okay, I think I clicked out. Okay, so this is what we have. Let's delete this. So I'll make this bigger. Let's bring this here. Then we'll make this as big as this, right? Okay. So the colors seem to be competing. So I want to like change the. No, it's not competing. I think it's perfect. All right, let's format it. We want the legend to be at the top left, just this way. All right, so that's read this way. And we have our figures already. So for everything, um, we probably want a the title. Okay, the value should be 12. So let's just click on details. The value should be 12. Okay, so that's visible. Values as well. In this case, we're not turning on data labels anyway. So that is the x-axis or y-axis, I mean. Make this 12. Okay, so it's now 12. Since we have not turned on a value for anyone, can keep our value as 10. So that should be fine. All right, so everything is showing properly. Very important that we data format segment. I'm gonna pick sum of sales, format as currency. All right, dollars is now there, which is cool. Okay, which is cool. Now axis as well. Format as currency. All right, so it's now formatted as currency. Nice. So this is what we have so far. Okay, we're missing our border. Go there, general, effect, visual border, expand to 9. Let's keep it on 1. Let's see the difference. General, effect, visual border, 1. Click on this, 1. Click back here, change the color. So this is one of the shortcuts of quickly applying a style to the rest. As long as it's not the same chart, you're not applying the entire format, but a specific one to the same thing. Just do it for one, then click on the next one. It takes you to that exact place. So you don't have to scroll all the way to start it again. All right, so this is, yeah, it's not so heavy. The borders are now a bit light. Okay. So what else can we answer? What else can we do from our charts? So we can decide to, if we need more filters, right? If we want more filters, we can decide to leave some sections for filters, maybe just some part of it, then we'll do filters. Let's just take a look at this again. close out this, and we'll answer some of maybe just two questions again, and then we'll finish up our dashboard from there. Before we do that, let's take a look at this place. We can see that the third one is not showing, and our title shows that this is segment already. In this case, category needs to be there so that we can know that the color highlighting is by category, not because of the volume, because obviously this is the least one, so it shouldn't be that probably that was highlighted because it was the least sold, right? So no, category is there so we can tell, okay, the colors we're seeing is based on the category. But for this one, we have to scroll to see home office, but because the title segment is still on, in this case we do not want it. Okay, we do not want the segment title or the title segment, so we can just turn that off and we can see all our what's it called, our legends, our legend title. So let's wrap it up with sales channel. Since we have sales channel, let's pick a chart first. Click on the blank canvas, pick a donut chart, sales channel. So I want to see which sales channel generates more revenue, online or offline. We'll do sales again. Then we'll check the box. Okay, so we want to just apply all of these styles to this one. So click on this particular one, go to home. Click home. Pick up this and apply it just like that. All right, so everything has been applied. The only thing we need to apply ourselves is just the size. So you can bring it on like this, okay, and then make it the same size. All right. Though we didn't apply our currency, we can just do that quickly. General data format, and the sum of sales should be formatted as currency. All right. So online 0.38 million, offline 1.28 million. So we still have more offline buyers, probably walk-ins and all of that. So this is about 380k. Now let's take this up. So we can change this to a pie chart. Let's just pick a pie chart. All right. Donut looks good, but it's okay. We can use a pie chart in this case. So now this, and so want to see our, say, top 5 states. Okay, so top 5 states where our customers buy from. And just duplicate this chart. But if I duplicate this chart, I will also have to take out all the filters. See, for example, you see we have all the filters and you can easily forget. So since we can always apply the format, I'll delete it and then just pick it from scratch. Click on a blank canvas first. Click on a blank canvas, then pick a bar chart again. Then we want to say state, then sales. All right, so we have them, and these are the top 3. Okay, so the top 3 that we have. I'll click on these, just apply the formatting to this guy. Okay, nice. So we don't have to do much formatting. We don't have to format much anymore. So bring this to the middle. Then we'll adjust this to size. Okay. I can do this. All right. This is what I have. You probably want it to be top 5 states. So you can just make it top 5 in this case. Bring this all the way down. Take it to the side, just like we did before. Okay. So our KPIs can be at the top level of this. Okay. So customers can be first. Why do we want to do a simple formatting? Visual border 9 pixel. Pick our color, alright? So we want that to be at the top. Apply to this, apply to this. So this should be, for the data format, we want to just change that to that's dollars, that's the units currency. I want to put the currency there. That means we might need to adjust it. Now that's a lot. You can see what it's showing. So we have to say decimal places just 2. That will be fine. Okay. So undo again. Just undo that. Just undo it so that it can go back to the previous size. Okay. Undo. Still have to undo it again. Undo again. Undo one more time. All right. So we can go back to our formatting option. Then data format. Just put it on 2 and then click OK. So in this case, we have it this way. So then click on this, click on format, and apply to this. All right, doesn't apply just like that. Okay, so profit, revenue first, put it this way. Okay, then the profits this way. So can I adjust this a little? Just this a little. Bring this to the side. Okay, to the side. And of course, this is showing all the profits. It's showing all the states. So just say back here and say top 5 revenue generating states. Top 5 revenue. Top 5 states by revenue. Yeah, that would be a lot. Top 5 states by revenue. All right. So as usual, we'll do our top 5 magic again. We'll go there. And we'll say state. Click on top N. 5. We'll say sales again. Sum of sales. Then we'll apply. All right. So that's all we get. And turn on data labels for these if we want. So we might want to bring the chart up. Bringing it up, it looks a bit weird, like that's too much for that space. So I can do something like this. Probably we have something else to put in here. Okay, I'll just keep it that way to be the way down. Can just add more details to it to make it look better. Go up a bit and adjust that downwards. Then we can adjust this to the middle. Also adjust this a little bit. Okay. So let's add category. So we can just add category. Okay. So then this simplifies the axis for us, and we can see. So individual category furniture. You can see the sales over time. That means we'll have to tweak our title a little bit. And we'll say by products category. All right. So this is all we have, and the only filter we have is this, right? We have this filter right here. We can bring that all the way. And bring that all the way. Then adjust it all the way. But that's gonna be a lot. It need not be like this, right? This is not. We can have more filters at the top then. So add more filters. Let's say this goes all the way. Okay, and one major filter we can also have will be, we already have segments somewhere in here. Probably dates. Okay, so we can select another slicer. And then we can pick our date. Or yeah, we can use our age group since we created something as age group. All right, age group. We'll change it as well. We can add dates to it. Pick another slicer. Then we'll say other dates. Other dates. All right. So that's all we got. So let's see if this can apply the formats for styles. Drop down. I change it to tiles. We don't want tiles. So let's pick it ourselves. Age group. Okay, this is visual. Slicer settings, and then we'll do a drop down. This. Now we have different options right here. Okay, but we'll leave it as a slider the way it is. Okay, I'll just drag this up. So let's see how far. All right, that's how far that can go, or that should go. So this should come all the way like this. Then this should be like this. Adjust. Okay, so we can pick an age group, senior citizens, and everything we're seeing is all about our senior citizens, right? You can see them all about our senior citizens. You can see the total number of senior citizens we have, total profits made, total revenue. Nice. We missed formatting this as currency. Currency. Okay. So this is what we have. Now it's important that when you filter and when you filter a data, that to unfilter, you go back to that particular place and you see the eraser button that says clear selection. Okay, very important. Very important. If you want to see regional analysis, you can click on central, and then everything we're seeing is based on a particular region, right? It's based on a particular region. You can see Amaka still stuck with the particular year where that with the year where we had the pixels. Right, you can see everything adjusted. All you have to do now is put in a title. So so you can say super store dashboard. Okay, we can say superstore sales. All right, of course we make that bigger. Sales dashboard. So let's take that. Okay, font size should be 20. um, okay, we didn't highlight, so make sure you highlight it first. All right, I can go a little bit higher. Okay, so bold. All right, so since we can go down, we can just also put regional analysis and okay, regional and demographic analysis. Regional and demographic analysis, just as the top subtitle, demographics analysis. Let's put that, highlight that, we'll italicize that, and that will be 18, right? Just something like that. We can increase this. So I might want to reduce this a bit. This should be 24. And this here should be, the one below should be 14. Highlight it again. Let's see 12. Nah, that's too small. 14 should do. Alright, 14 should do. Space will be too much. Okay, so this is what we have, and we have to change our border thickness. Okay, it's on 1 pixel. We'll do this time we'll do 5. Then we'll pick our light gray or our dark gray, not black. So this is what we'll have. Or the entire top can have a background, right? And just put a full background there. And just turn on some background for it. Let's see the feel for the background. Let's see a black background. What does that look like? We can just drag that across this way. And then, of course, our title and text will be white. So Control A, first thing, all white. Okay. And that can be centralized. And that can be centralized. So we can just keep it this way. No, just keep it this way. There's a lot that can still be done, no doubt. No doubt. But this is a crash course, and we aren't spending the whole of the year or the day building dashboard. As long as you have the principle, you know how to answer question. Building dashboard will be one of the least thing you want to do. Of course, there are other details that you can then add, which makes you stand out, pro tips and all of that. But this is also a good start. Okay. So if you have any difficulty doing any of this, or you have a particular question, or you saw something somewhere, you don't know how it's done, you want a particular customization, and do not forget that some of the charts you see online, or maybe you feel like, oh, why is this having for example, you can see a KPI with maybe arrow up, arrow down, all of those things. Some of them are just available just if you click get more visuals and you search for them. So it's not something you necessarily have to build from the scratch. Okay, so just make sure you're connected to the internet, click on more visuals, and you can see templates for some of the cards, well, top-notch cards and different things that you can just go ahead to use. Okay, so yes, this concludes the end of the crash course, and you can tell that it is indeed a crash course. So this brings us to the end of this crash course, and yeah, this is what we end up with. Though the space this is taking, it looks a bit too much, so I guess I'll just change that to a drop down as well. All right, so and then I'll adjust it to the same height and the same width. Yeah, so this is perfect. Of course, not perfect, but this is okay. Yeah, I think that's the word. This is okay. Can we do more? Yes, no doubt. Can we change things? Can we adjust? Yes, obviously we can. We can do all of that. For now, we just keep it simple and light. So you can come up with something else. Okay, let's make it a challenge or an exercise. That's what I mean by the challenge. Come up with completely different insight from this. It's an open analysis in this case, right? This is not, we're not getting a direct business question, so it is open. So come up with your insights, come up with a dashboard design, and when you're done, do make sure you post in the Telegram channel. Send your screenshots to the Telegram channel, share your work with others, and keep yourself going. Right, this brings us to the end. Make sure you save it. If you've put in so much work up to this point, make sure you save your work. And yes, I will see